Good morning to this A class of BCom first semester supplementary English. And today we are going to discuss business terminologies. In yesterday's lecture also we discussed some of the terms, right? Near about 14 terms have already been discussed, and today we will be discussing the remaining terms which are there in your syllabus or prescribed by RT Nagpur University Nagpur for this semester in the subject supplementary English. Today you see I have written some certain words before the terms, right? Why have I written these words or the club of words? It's because these words can give you an idea about the term, because near about 25 terms are there. Sometimes you may get confused. So in order to avoid this confusion, don't get confused at all, because from the description itself you can understand what term is befitting, okay, for the writing purpose in the university examination. But if you focus on these some certain words, right, in the explanation or in the definition itself, you can have some slight idea at least, okay, about the term, so that you can avoid your confusion regarding choosing a perfect term for the given explanation in the university examination, right? So here I have written ledger. This is the next term that we are going to discuss today right now. Its explanation is like this. It is kind of record, right? You being from the commerce background must have come across this particular terminology, that is ledger. So it is what? It is a kind of record, a complete record. So this club of words, because I have used here, I have written here more than one word, so that I would like to call it a club of words, right? So from these 2 or 3 words you can understand something at least, that it is about ledger, right? It is a complete record of all the transactions. So you should focus on these 3 words: complete record of transactions, right? So it is a complete record of all the transactions carried out by an individual or a firm, a company, an organization. Okay, this covers all debt and credit notes, together with payments and discounts and any other information about the financial transactions of the firm. So one thing is clear to all of you, that it is related to the financial transactions. Okay, it is about what? It is about financial transactions of the firm, or within the firm or the company or the organization, right? So here in this terminology or in this definition or in this explanation of this particular term, that is ledger, you should focus on 3 words, right? Complete record of transactions, right? Complete record of transactions. So from these 3 words you can get an idea about the term, that is ledger. Now let's discuss another term, that is petty cash. I think in this term itself you must have noticed the word cash. Cash means fund. Fund means cash. So definitely in this explanation you will find this fund word. It is a kind of keyword, it is a kind of guide word, it is a kind of indicator for you, okay, so that you can choose a proper word. It is a fund administered by a clerical or supervisory person to make small amounts of money. I repeat this definition: a fund, petty cash. It is a fund administered by a clerical or supervisory person to make small amounts of money available immediately for sundry purposes, accountable on a general basis. So the fund is made available by a clerk or other person, responsible person within the organization. That fund is called what? Petty cash. Cash and fund. You will find somewhat similar words here. They are actually synonyms, right? So this particular word fund will help you to remember this particular word, that is cash, petty cash. Now let's move to another word, that is raw data. Now when you think about data, for a minute you just skip this particular word, that is raw, but focus on data. Data means what? Information. If you are thinking in this direction, definitely you are 101% correct. You are 101% right. You won't get confused at all, right? So data means information. So in this definition also you will find this word, that is information. Information means data. So what is this raw? What is its significance, its importance in this definition or the explanation? Let's see. I tell you the complete explanation. Information collected in a survey or experiment. Information collected in a survey or experiment before it has been processed for use in deciding the results. Okay, that is a kind of rough collection of information. So this rough collection of information is what? Raw data. Did you understand? Raw data means information, rough information, right? Before it is processed, before it is finalized, before it is used, right, for determining the results. That is called raw data. Now next, there is the next term, that is script, SCRIP. It is a kind of subscription receipt. Don't call this word receipt, it is receipt, RECEIPT. The abbreviation of subscription receipt, that is script. This is an abbreviated form of this subscription receipt. So it is I think one of the easiest terms to memorize or to remember, right? The abbreviation of subscription receipt and a general term for any security, that is called receipt. Next is social audit. You will find the word audit. Being from the commerce background, nearly all the students must be familiar with this particular word, that is audit. Audit means what? A kind of evaluation, a kind of evaluation, kind of examination, kind of evaluation. Evaluation is more proper word here, right? So it is a process of evaluating, but what? Evaluating what? It is the process of evaluating the impact of a company's plans upon the environment in which they will take effect, with a particular regard for the people who will be involved. So this is what? Social audit. Then next is a stock exchange. In Mumbai, you know, a big building is there, and out of that building, in the premises of that building, you will find a big bull is there, right? So stock exchange, a big building of stock market is there, right? So definitely it is correct if you are thinking that way. So a nationally recognized, formally organized place, right? A nationally recognized, because it is under the Government of India, it comes under Government of India, a nationally recognized, formally organized place of dealings in securities. Because of the importance of sales in securities, transactions may only take place between authorized people, jobbers and stockbrokers acting on behalf of others. Okay, some people are there who are authorized to do work related to your securities, etc., or acting on behalf of others. Okay, they work for other people, common people also. This business is restricted to stock exchanges or stock markets. Just a moment ago, I talked about what? Stock market, right? So definitely it's about that stock exchange, stock market, which exists in major cities throughout the world. Here in India, I've just told that in Mumbai you'll find a big building is there where all these transactions, this kind of transactions take place, right? In major cities throughout the world, membership of exchange is carefully controlled. So this is what stock exchange. In the long definition of this term, you will find nearly a familiar word, that is stock market. So from that it becomes clear to you that it is related to what? Stock exchange, stock market, stock exchange. Then there is tender. There is tender. It is a kind of formal offer. It is a formal offer by one party to carry out work for another party in accordance with specific conditions. So it is a formal offer. Keep this particular word in your mind. That is called tender. Now let's move to the another term, that is trademark. I think it is very common. It is a household name in today's times. Trademark, it means a kind of symbol. It's a kind of emblem. Okay, a motif or emblem which is owned by an individual or a company, used to identify a product or a brand. You'll find the trademarks of different companies. Okay, or brand which may not be used by another company or individual without the permission of the owner. So that is called trademark. It is kind of emblem. It's a kind of design. Okay, which is used by a particular brand or a company, and the other people have no authority, means the organizations which are in business, okay, they cannot use the same emblem or the same trademark, right? Next is underwrite. It is a kind of insurance, but insurance for what? Insurance for something. To provide insurance for something, to guarantee the purchase of shares in a flotation in the event that they are not all sold on the market. So this word insurance for something, it is a kind of keyword for this term, that is underwrite. Then there is warranty. I think the entire world is well familiar with this word, that is warranty. So what is warranty? It is a kind of guarantee, right? It is a kind of guarantee. You'll find this particular word guarantee in the explanation or in the definition of this term, that is warranty. Whenever you purchase or you buy any product from the market, sometimes you get the warranty on that product, right? 6 months, 1 year's warranty, etc. So I think we all, the young people in particular, but in general, nearly all the people of the world are well familiar with this word, that is warranty. It is a guarantee that a product will perform in accordance with its specification for at least a certain period after the date of sale, right? And that corrective action will be taken by or on behalf of the manufacturer if it does not meet with the expected output. If there is any fault in the product which you have bought or purchased, and if it is within warranty period, then definitely you can go to the showroom or to the shop from where you have purchased that particular product, and so that is what warranty. Then there is the term wildcat strike. So it is a kind of strike. It's a kind of strike, often unofficial. It is not official. It is unofficial, which occurs without notice, intended to cause the maximum disruption to an operation. In general life also we hear about strikes, but many times the permission is taken, okay, from the police department. Sometimes the notice is served to the employer also, but sometimes you will find that suddenly the people go on strike. So this kind of disruption which is caused to the employees or the operator, that is called wildcat strike. It means strike by some people without any notice to the higher authorities or the people who are in authority in that particular organization. So that is called, that kind of strike is called wildcat strike. And the last term which is there in the syllabus of first semester supplementary English, that is write-off. Write-off means removal of something. You must have heard about the write-off of the books, etc. So it is kind of removal. To remove an item from a company's balance sheet for extraordinary reasons. That is, for an example, an asset which has been destroyed or a bad debt which will never be recovered. So when you have to remove, that particular item from the company's balance sheet, okay, for the reasons which I just told you, so that is called write off. So these were the terms. In total there are 25 terms in your syllabus, and once again I remind you of what I said yesterday or in the earlier lecture, that you will be given the explanation or definition, and for that explanation or definition you have to write a proper word. That word is called in this language term, business term. So it is kind of one word substitution. So go through all these 25 terminologies, and I hope that you will be writing the correct answers in the university examination. So we stop here. Thank you.